That's gonna be Vasco da Gama versus Gajah Mada. Here we go, guys. Game 1, Vasco versus Gajah, live. Margougou versus Poles, and that's the first time we are seeing Poles on this one. Who could be playing Poles? Tato could play Poles. Actually, Tato, Yo, and ACCM could be playing Poles, actually. Vasco da Gama is way more of a neutral player, I would say, meta player, so... Poles is also a Yo pick. Yeah, Poles is a Yo, ACCM, or like it doesn't give us any info. Are we going for the lane? Like not. Took some damage. Somehow. Vasco is exploring with his follows. And we are live, guys. That's live. That's live. Vasco da Gama versus Gajah Mada. Poles is a different pick. Like, we used to see China. We used to see, like, good scout save. Poles, I'm a bit scared of Poles because I'm a bit scared for Poles, actually. Because Poles will need time. They need to go for the farm upgrade. Otherwise, like, why do you pick Poles? So you need to go for the farm upgrade. You need to farm around your mill only. And yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see, how do we lure the boar? We lure the boar with the TC. Guys, if it's ACCM, actually, that doesn't matter. I was about to say, if it's ACCM, then with Era that is in Argentina, the server gonna be a disaster. But actually, ACCM, Vinch, and Yo both are on Asia server, so that doesn't help us at all. -1 vil for Gajah Mada? Did he got lame by the scout? I think so. I think I'm with that. Yeah, he got lame with the scout. That's not the best start for Gajah. Gugu's okay. I missed the Gugu's bet for the first one, and now it's a bit late. So I will go for the bet for the second one and the following one too. He loves Paul way too much not to be Yo. I'm a bit scared for Gajah Mada actually because I think Agar's going like scout spear sending everything forward non-stop. Could be insane. Actually, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I don't know why it's that loud, but that he wouldn't lose a veil. Don't over. I mean, Tato can lose a veil like every one of us. Like every one of us, guys. He's a human. Don't tell me he's going for second lumber camp. I like how Vasco da Gama is waiting. You know he's up before his opponent. That's in a minute though. And we are going spear. Is it gonna be scout for Gajah Mada or is it gonna be like only spear into towers maybe? Can you really benefit from any pole advantage on this map? I mean, you can farm. I mean, on this map, you're forced to farm around your mill, right? So maybe Gajah Mada was like, both of us gonna need to farm around your mill, around our mill. So why not use the pole's bonus? At the end of the day, I think that could be his idea. And it's like maybe with the fish around the TC at the beginning, it's like easy to afford the upgrade. I don't know. Vasco da Gama trying to hit Gajah Mada scout. Nice defense from Gajah Mada with Gajah Mada Vils. Maybe you should just run under his TC. I don't know why he's staying there. We do have more HP for Gajah though. And we are going stable for Vasco da Gama. And Vasco da Gama is walling the side. I saw Era doing that HiddenCup 4, guys. So I actually really think Vasco is Era. Let's see the micro. Maybe he could have hit the scout being on the hill. Gajah Mada could have maybe won this fight. It's gonna be scout versus scout. And we are going farm upgrade for Gajah Mada as well. So yeah, Gajah Mada is going for the greedy approach. Do have less resources collected for now then, though. Vasco da Gama walling. Vasco da Gama has a really good setup already. And he's sending forward spear with +1 spear actually. +1 spear is something. And the pressure is coming. Let's see how Gajah Mada will defend. Because look at Gajah Mada. He cannot afford a single scout for now. He's doing doing his first scout, but we already have 3 scouts for Vasco. So it could be a big problem for Gajah, but I think actually we need to wall Mr. Gajah. Gajah is walling, that's well done. Oh, the wall failed. And it's Magar Scout and Spear, guys. Keep that in mind. They do have the +1 for free. So the pressure will be insane. The loom for Vasco, I think that's fine to go without loom for Vasco. While that's a Deadville. And Gajah is losing his spear as well. Might be a really quick one, guys. I think poles is not the best idea on this map. Actually, I think it should be a bit too greedy. I think Vasco not having loom is fine because he's playing versus poles. And he knows that he might be more aggressive. I don't see a poles player going aggressive versus a Magyar player. So in my opinion, that's clearly... I think that's over, by the way. I just... In the training, guys, Dogao tried to go poles versus me. And I just destroyed him so badly. I just think poles versus an aggressive Civ is just complicated to make works. Also, he went for the first folwark on the front. Maybe going on the back was the best idea because now we are losing a lot of... And if Gajah Mada is not resigning... I mean, that's the first game of a semi-final. I could see Gajah Mada giving his best, but we are back in Dark Age. 20ville versus 28. I don't see how we can come back from this. Look at Vasco, he's controlling every scout. Looking really bad for Gajah already. I mean, the economy for Vasco gonna be flying. 10 vills difference already. Vasco having a lot of farms. Vasco having a nice food line. No Horse Collar though, but well. Horse Collar takes time to pay off. And right now, Gajah Mada lost that much vills that having Horse Collar won't save him. He do have 2 spear only. I mean, at this point, if Vasco da Gama had a range right now and go for gold, I mean, he won this game. Like, I don't see how Gajah Mada can defend versus Archer right now. Just cannot, in my opinion. But maybe Vasco can just go up too, and that's fine. He's adding Scout. He will maybe go for the Scout upgrade. After all, Magyar Scouts like are cheaper than a normal one. So why not, actually? Why not? Typically your first game? Could be. I think with the Chutan pick, we know that Vasco should be an AM player. Or maybe he watched the quarterfinal of Auto and he was like, I liked what did MBL, I could do the same. Maybe it's not era. But yeah, right now, yeah, everything is falling apart for Gajah. Gajah will be back to Dark Age once again on 20ville. I mean, Vasco da Gama is just expanding his farm economy, going for gold now. He's just using his Super Scout really well. And Gajah Mada is just getting bullied on this first one. I mean, he tried poles. I mean, that was something ballsy, I would say, so... But yeah, now the discrepancy between both eco is insane. You saw, guys, if you were there yesterday, I used my new word. I used my new word. Discrepancy, nice. Did I use it perfectly? I used it perfectly, right? Or I want to use it on my on my second semi-final talk. I need to find a way to use discrepancy, guys. Help me. I need to find a way to use discrepancy on my prediction talk on the second one. I would be so proud of this one. Economic discrepancy is always good. Okay, okay. And the GG is called for Gajah. I mean, 23ville. Yeah. Can I say the discrepancy? No, wait. I need to build my sentence better. Discrepancy is not an easy word, actually. I think that's this type of word. You have to be careful where you place it. ACCM resign, GG. I actually think Gajah Mada cannot be Tato. I really think Gajah Mada at this point is Yo or ACCM. But if you say Gajah Mada is Tato, you are just that's not the truth. You need to get involved into the news if you still think Vasco da Gama Gajah Mada is Tato. You need to get involved to the news. The farms don't match with Tato, man. I mean the farms. I mean the farm theory is possible. But games can be found using the in-lobby speaker. There are no other game on this patch. Guys, who wants the patch code? We launch a game me versus you, and we rename ourselves like ACCM and Era. Oh, I would love it. Round 2. Robo Burrow, Gajah Mada, Vasco da Gama. Wait! West US. West US. I mean, it's on West US, but I mean, we knew that. I mean, we knew that. Fuck! I panicked. Oh no! I misclicked. I was inspected games. Okay. Oh no, I hope I didn't fuck. I hope I didn't mess with with anything. I hope I didn't do something wrong. Look at me. Oh no, it's fine. Oh, that's so typical me joining this. Yeah, I want to play. I mean, I thought they started the game. I was like, let's go. I click and I mean, Vasco, the blue color picker. It's live. Yes, it's live, guys. That's why it's live today. They should hide server somehow. You cannot hide the server on it. It's impossible. And actually, on this one, it doesn't give you any info. Because if you are like, if it's Europe versus Asia, West US can be a server. If it's Asia versus South America, West US can be a server. And if it's Europe versus South America, West US can be a server. So it doesn't give you any info actually. West US equal ACCM. Paradox. Winchester is in Asia right now. Yo is in Asia right now. ACCM is in Asia right now. The three contenders for the Gajah Mada, Sigismund, and Selim are all in Asia. So it doesn't give us any. Not Europe versus Europe. I mean, did you think it was Europe player versus Europe player right now? I mean, if it's the case, then you are the problem. This guessing game. I mean, you failed. And you need to stay humble big time because you need to rethink a lot your predictions. Well, it eliminates Tato. No, it don't. It doesn't. It would be East. No, actually, I heard that Robo, like, if the difference is not that big for the players, he can choose a different server to bait the play. Or actually, no. It could be West as well. Could be West as well. It's not Era versus Heart. It could. Could be. I mean, do you think it was Hera versus? Do you think Heart is going bold on this one? I mean, that's not that's not the news. Oh, they started. Nice. Armenian versus Byzantines on the evacuation. We saw some Armenians on evacuation, but actually, I think we need to be careful now on the teammates' fury because Quarterfinals and rule of 16, the player couldn't watch the games of the others, right? But for the semis, they can. They could watch everything. So maybe Vasco or Gajah or whoever is the player behind them could have been like, oh, I watched a strat from this player and it was very good, so I'm gonna use it. So I think we need to be really careful from now on the teammate theory. Who is Gajah Mada? I think it can be either Yo or ACCM. I don't think it's Tato. Discrepancies in the player micro could be crucial for determining who they actually are. Why I can fight the game in spec? Because it's in a special beta. So only casters and only tournament players know, like, as I can access this beta. So it avoids you guys from being able to watch it with normal capture age and avoid you guys to be rewatching everything, trying to find things like that. Like APM, I don't know. Something. They're playing on the March patch, I think. No, they're playing on the tournament patch, which was one and in between. If Yo was Sigismund, he's probably very disappointed. I could say, like, as I said, the first time I. By the way, there is a new YouTube video, guys, where it's like my round of 16 prediction with Dave. And in this video, you can hear me saying, Sigismund drafted like Yo, played like Yo, but he lost like a pleb. Like, he got destroyed, actually. And I think just because of that, because of me, that just cannot imagine Yo losing this way that easily. Like, he got bullied, kinda. Because of me, that cannot imagine Yo playing like this, losing like this. I think my mind decided to eliminate Yo from being CG. But if I need to stay humble, I would say, like yesterday, I was like, okay, stay humble, try to rethink everything, and you need to just focus on the facts. You don't care about the farm theory. As I said, when I say stay humble, I didn't say become a nerd. Okay, so farm theory is too much. Like, you cannot say with woo according to screenshot, guys. Farms are facts. Farms theory is a nerdy thing. Like, too nerdy for me. You are not humble. I stay humble, but I won't get involved into the farm theory. I refuse this. In my opinion, farm theory is so random. Like, if you ask me where I place my farm, I don't know this. And actually, I think I place them like absolutely randomly. I'm fully subscribed to Farm Theory? Really? Why wasn't Iron Speak if it's Tato? Actually, nothing is happening right now. Okay, maybe they're about to fight each other. Let's watch this. But if someone goes back, we're gonna check on the draft again. Margougou a standard, that's a line he will not cross. Yeah, guys. I mean, if you are someone that is subscribed to the Farm Theory, you have to smell horribly. Like, the smell in the place the guys made the Farm Fury. Like, imagine Paradox, guys. Paradox made his Farm Fury. He was like sitting on his chair, and I think he was with 2-3 nerds. And the smell in this place, guys, can you feel it? Can you smell it? Can you imagine it? I just don't want to get involved into this. Like, he has been tracking every ACCM game, guys. Like, I don't want to be involved in this. And I think it's kind of random, so I don't want. Let me outside of this. Hello, Nalbel. Okay, let's check the islands. He picked Hidden Forts, Evacuation, High Tide. I mean, he banned Slopes, Arabia Cross. If you play versus... Yeah, he could have... maybe Tato would have picked Island, you're right. Would you pick evacuation? Would you pick high tide? High tide maybe, the evacuation I'm not sure. Actually that's maybe TM. Little by little I'm getting convinced by the ACCM theory. Not because of the farm theory though. Not because of the farm theory. You've sat a few inches away from me, you know how I smell. You smell Scottish. ACCM would pick those? Potentially, yeah. I could see you picking those if he has a strat too. Let's see this one though. Armenians versus something? The interesting one? How do I get rid of these guys? Of all these notifications? Cannot I just like choose what I want to have as a notification? Like only the market sells? Things like that? Thank you so much, third seat. Thank you so much, third seat, for the sub. Thank you a lot for the support. And Vasco is about to lose his scout actually. That's really good for Gajah Mada. That's really good for Gajah Mada. We do have a dock for Vasco da Gama. We do have a dock as well for Gajah Mada. Thank you, third seat. Evacuation would fit Tato playstyle. Yes, I agree. ACCM, it could fit ACCM playstyle as well too. I do think Byzantine is pretty good on this, because you do have better fire, so you should win the water. But we saw that the AM plus era guys were going for this archer galley build a lot, and actually it counters pretty perfectly the Byzantine opening. Like at the end of the day, you don't want to produce fire versus Byzantine because yours are just weaker than Byzantine. So going galley is good, and going fast archer as well with this, nice I would say. Second mule card for Vasco on the mainland. Same for Gajah Mada. And he's going feudal age actually. Vasco da Gama is a bit faster, but his scout is low HP. So it shouldn't be a huge difference. Or maybe with 5 HP? Maybe if his Gajah is not on his scout, he can maybe like take some hits. Won't be able. Goes back. Or if he's on the hill, he can go back and take one more hit. Okay, now. Range, no loom for Vasco. I mean, once again, that's a greedy approach, but at the same time, he's versus Byzantine. So Byzantine shouldn't go up too early because Byzantines do not have any bonuses in Dark Age, and Byzantines do not have any incentive bonus to go aggressive. So I think not making loom versus Byzantine, absolutely fine. Yes, that's a risk, but you should be up before Byzantine or same time, and Byzantine shouldn't have militias coming. And ooh, Gajah Mada, guys, is going for the forward actually. Look at this. We never saw that actually. We saw Vasco da Gama and a lot of players going for the range or the aggression in the middle on the starting island. But going on the main one with schemes and spears, actually surprising. Actually, is it that good of a strategy versus Armenians? Like, going forward, why not? But do you want to send forward wheels to make a tower? To make a tower, I mean, Vasco can just run with his mule on another forest, I guess. Maybe he doesn't want to make a tower, maybe he just want to veil fight, actually? Maybe he just want to veil fight? He's sending spears to lame the... Oh, he's walling the forest, but he can just run with his mule cart, I guess. I mean, this strat should be good, but maybe not as good as versus cities that doesn't have mule cart. That should be a dead veil though. Gajah Mada is going strong, and Vasco is not making a tower actually. Vasco is not making a tower, and where is going Vasco with archer? Sending them back or sending them forward actually? For now he's not doing anything, and it's going pretty well for Gajah actually. I mean, Gajah is training unit versus builds. He needs to micro a bit better maybe. But if you manage to micro a bit better, just be annoying. You don't need to kill Vils at this point. You just need to poke them non-stop to force them fighting. And you have actually 5 scare behind. I mean, Gajah Mada opening is pretty solid. And the thing is, Vasco wants to defend this, but at the same time, he cannot really send his archer because he's getting cooked down by the skirm. Quick wall from Vasco won't be enough, and he's finally going for a tower. Losing a second hill? A third one, maybe? Oh, nice. Gajah Mada has been cooking something. That's what a start by Gajah Mada. And now, I mean, there is a tower, but Gajah Mada will just tower behind the wood line. And once he gets fletching, it should be enough to deny this wood. And then, even if we have a mule cart for Vasco, he will need to move elsewhere and to expose himself to the skirm. Or maybe Gajah Mada can just go to the main base, actually. That should be also a decent move, Gajah. Already 4 vill kills. On the water, what's happening? Vasco is going for the classic galley opening. He denied his dock, actually. That's kinda huge. Need to send another vill, and Gajah Mada is going for it. You need to be careful about the archer, though. Do we have the info? He do have the info, so he knows archer are somewhere. I really like this defensive tower. And I guess with the vision of the Byzantine, able to spot them pretty early, especially if he's going into his main base. On the south, Gajah Mada is still trying to harass a bit his opponent. He is not being able to make to build a tower yet because he made one. And actually, it looks like he reacted pretty fast and won't lose a hill. That's a very good opening by Gajah. Oh, okay, nice grid by Vasco. That was a bit greedy to go and run under the town center, but it paid off, so well played. And the meanwhile, on water, we are still hit and running for Vasco. But he needs to be careful, because if he forget this galley for a second and lose them, that can be really bad. Okay, Vasco being raided once again by Gajah, but Gajah does have the info about the stable now, so he will be able to prepare his spearmen in time, and he's adding some spearmen already. I'm curious when Gajah will tower this food line. Actually, I think that would be a really great move. Fletching in for Gajah Mada. Economic upgrade are the same. 4 fish versus 5 actually. A bit more fish for Vasco, and it looks like Vasco just want to... I mean, if he goes attack, it goes to raid the fish. Say to go raid the fish. I mean, Gajah can just send a fire in his... So, and the trade is not in favor of the galley player. So I like the fact that Vasco is just sitting there playing safe. Nice reaction by Vasco once again. I mean, he wasn't being hit again, so he didn't have the horn in his ear yet, and he realized it before he's getting even touched by the fire. That's some crazy PM, but ooh, that's no bueno. Oh, we talk about how difficult is it to deal with everything at the same time. Just saw the archer running there. Archer there. I mean, right now he's having archer on the east, archer on the west, archer on the east. He's having galley on the water. He's being harassed by a tower. Like, Vasco needs to be... Vasco APM has to be on fire right now. And that's a new vill kill actually by Vasco. Really nice move by Vasco. This little raid everywhere are actually impressive. And I only see Era being able to do that days. Okay, Gajah Mada is trying to go for the counter damage. He's diving under the tower with the skirm, and looks like that's gonna be a lot of vill kill actually. I mean, there is 8 skirm. That's enough to damage the vills, and wants to dive under the tower. I mean, he do have his own tower covering the fight, but that's maybe a bit ballsy. Maybe he thinks because he received a lot of damage, maybe he thinks he needs to go for some counter damage. But looks like an overextend to me. This villager could be walled, by the way. Maybe looks like an overextend for me. I mean, do we need to do that? Maybe? But we are losing our vill as well. Nice micro by Vasco, jumping in with the vills to save him last moment. And I mean, the spearman is getting hit by the tower, and now he doesn't have any unit. I think Gajah Mada is overextending this. I mean, he overextend. I mean, going forward, why not? I mean, he killed some vills, but at one point when the scouts are coming, you just go back. That was maybe a bit of an overextend, because okay, he killed some vills, but now his army doesn't look the best, and he's being raided at home. He's being raided. Yeah, Vasco is everywhere. Vasco is everywhere, but Vasco lost his galley actually. Vasco finally lost something in this game, but he definitely lost less than Gajah, because look at Gajah. Like right now the economy is kinda similar, But Vasco does have a lot of farms, and Vasco still have a lot of army. And that's a big army because it's like Archer Scout, which is one of the best combo that you can have in Feudal Age versus Spear Archer. So Spear Archer is not the best actually. I think Vasco just need to mine some stone, and he is mining some. And needs to go for like this wood line maybe with a tower, and so it's fully safe. And look at Vasco. He's just diving under Gajah Mada's TC. He realized that Gajah Mada doesn't have the best APM. And he's just diving like a wild man. Let's go Gajah, you got this? I'm not sure anymore. Did we manage to save the vills? No. Oh, but we managed to win the tower war, so we're able to take this wood line again. We never saw a stone wall actually. It'd be good to have a wall there. Maybe it's a bit expensive because it's weaker versus the fire as well. But and look at this, Vasco is up. Excuse me. I mean, Era with the APM is really good, yeah. I mean, you can see he was dealing with 3 or 4 spots at the same time while doing his economy. And okay, now we are winning the water. Gajah Mada is managing to win the water right now. And it's looking bad for... Still looking bad for Gajah. I mean, this is a loss for Vasco. But he still have like 15 farms at home. He's not naked at all. Like 15 farms is absolutely enough to afford all the upgrades he need to maybe even mix some knights. Gajah Mada is back on this. Like Gajah Mada won't give up. Maybe Vasco needs a second tower, so he's absolutely fine. I mean, this is annoying, but that should be cleaned. He's going for bloodline. He's going for scale barring armor as well. So we're gonna go knight, cavalry, archer. That's gonna be not easy to stop for Gajah Mada, especially that he's super late. He will have like a solid 2 minute. He's gonna be late by a solid 2 minute time. By a solid 2 minutes. Let's see how we're gonna defend. Maybe we'll need some defensive tower. I think he will do. And he's about to... This base is so exposed actually. I mean... He's so exposed everywhere. Even this wood line. If there is archer sitting behind the wood line, that won't be easy. He will be able to afford a second tower soon. Let's see the micro. Nice micro by Vasco. Gajah trying to kill as many archers as he can. I mean, that's now or never. Once they get the crossbow bed. Oh, but he's not going for crossbow. He's going for knight only. Maybe knight and a monastery. I mean, if you are going for knight as Armenians, you need to add the monastery really fast. Otherwise, your opponent will be able to go camel only. If you're going only camel, then if Byzantine camel can maybe bring the game back for Gajah Mada. 13 eco KD for both players actually, but looks like Vasco is in a way better position. He gave up on water, but he's producing a lot of knights, and a lot of knights could be deadly in economy. Especially if we deny the gold. If we deny the gold, then Gajah won't be able to produce any camel. And even if Byzantine camel are pretty cheap, I mean they're still +1 archer that should deal a certain amount of damage versus the camel, and now we will be raided. So now we will have like alpha economy idle, while our opponents do have knight everywhere. Gonna lose a vill, maybe a second one, maybe a third one as well. I mean, we do not have enough space. The TC for Gajah. Oh no. And look at this nerd. Look at this micro. That was well played. Oh, Vasco. Well played by Vasco. Like he's taking the knight that is being targeted, and he's trying to dodge the arrow. That's actually well played by him. No, Gajah still ahead thanks to the fish, but on a vill wise, he's late. Like he's behind. He's behind already. No second TC though for Vasco. He do have enough stone, but he's missing some wood actually. And Gajah Mada is coming back under this tower once again. But yeah, he's massing camel. He needs more camels to be able to deal with it. Look at the archers. They will deal a decent amount of damage versus the camel. So I guess this is a problem for Gajah Mada. And Vasco da Gama realized this and still producing archer. We are going like 1 TC for Vasco. I like this approach, especially versus Byzantine. Versus Byzantine, you kinda want this double gold composition, right? because Byzantines are specialized into counter unit. So if you go for one unit only, then the Byzantines can go for the counter unit of this one. But if you are going for a combo, then the Byzantines go for like a double counter unit potentially. And the counter unit combo is not as good as the gold unit. That's why going 1 TC Knight Archer is actually really decent, I believe. A good idea. Gajah is booming though. 17 on food, 19 on food now. He's using the maybe extra food, mining some gold, and he's booming on this side. Do we lose the ville or not? No, we don't. Oh, we don't? It was close. Second TC for Vasco. Vasco do have a lot of knights. First one knight with good line actually. We're gonna have +2 archer soon. Should go for crossbow very soon as well. But he's gold actually. He's taking the 3 relics on them. Find that you have an extra 3 relic in your monasteries when you build it. So it's gonna be like 4 relics for the fortified church actually. Second TC being added for Vasco. And the pressure still on this one. Gajah Mada is forced to take stone because that's the only resource that is not being like occupied by the Vasco army right now. And thanks to water, Gajah still in this game. Look at this. I mean, he's ahead in the economy. Despite all the damage he received, he's still in this game. And he's still ahead in economy. That's impressive. Also, this fire hitting there gonna be on the long term really annoying for Vasco because he won't be able to send some villas on the south or vice versa. So that's gonna be a big problem on the long term. Let's go Gajah CCM. Should counterattack with the camel? Well, I mean, most of the time in the RTS, like, the rule is if you cannot defend with your army, just go attack and try to make it messy for your opponent. I think the camel counterattack is actually not the best idea because camel are really bad at raiding. And you don't know, at one point Vasco can jump under your TC or under this tower or there and you need your camel to be ready to defend. So I can see why Gajah is not counterattacking. Look at this. And this. That's beautiful. Gajah tried to take a fight, but actually he cannot. Versus Archer Knight is just straight impossible. And once again, he's going back. I'm actually a bit scared for Gajah, even if economic-wise he's ahead. Like, his economy is not working properly. Like, can we have the worker efficiency last minute? That's what is important. Like, look at this. 53% for Gajah Mada, 75% for Vasco. It means Vasco vills are working way more efficiently than Gajah Mada the last minute. So having more vills, if they don't work, we cannot be able to gather resources efficiently is actually not the best idea. I like how Vasco is converting this. He wants to claim back this part. That's actually important because this is gonna be super annoying on the long run. Maybe Vasco should consider going back on water at some point. I mean, he do have a really good army on the land. Maybe he can use this army to pressure his opponent. So Gajah thinks like, oh, I need to produce more army. I need to invest more resources into my my land defense. Otherwise, I should die. And by this time, maybe Vasco could have a window to snipe Gajah Mada's fish because actually, his number is actually quite similar, but just fish are making the difference. And 17 fish is actually a lot for Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada adding a third on center, while Vasco da Gama is on 4. And look at that, we are going for the trap actually. Someone said, why we are not raiding with the camel? Because every raid we are getting trapped. Oh no, oh that's a zoo. Oh no. That's sad for Gajah Mada camel. I mean, at least he's sitting on the relic. That's the thing. At least. At least we are sitting on the relic. Okay, we are going back. Vasco da Gama is going back with his army. He is going back and forth non-stop. Like raiding, going back, raiding, going back. But I think Vasco still... Be careful about the late game because Byzantine in late game is so good. Byzantine late game is actually... So it really needs to make the difference in the coming minutes and look like that. Looks like Vasco wants to make the... Wow, this castle? No, okay, I was like, this castle, like in the back of Gajah Mada's base is ballsy. This one is actually a very good castle because we saw on this map that splitting both base, splitting, like having a units or having a castle there or even a castle there, like splitting up both base is actually insanely good and really annoying for could be really for Gajah Mada. So I really like this move. Actually, maybe this castle was the best one. So you block the access, so this economy cannot retreat, and that's a solid 25 vills there. Actually. Maybe the castle there was a bit greedy, but if you have like monks, archer, knight, maybe it could be something. Make a castle there, but actually it can make a second one. They could go for a second one there. Looks like Gajah Mada wants to do the same on the other side of the island. Looks like we are doing the same for Gajah Mada, and Gajah Mada could click up at any time. Same as Vasco da Gama. Keep in mind that Gajah Mada upped imp with Byzantines is way cheaper than with a normal save. Like it's like 33% cheaper. So it's actually really cheap for Gajah Mada to go up. So at any time, Gajah can just decide to idle a bit and go up. Gajah doesn't have the best economic upgrade though. We do not have wheelbarrow at 40 minutes. That's a huge loss of resources. While Vasco da Gama does have like... That was a nice demo. Wait, what is a demo? Did I miss something? Oh! Oh, actually that dealt so much damage on Vasco Knights. I mean, it was almost perfect. It was almost like taking all the archer and taking all the knights as well. That was like... If this demo was upgraded, it was like straight to masterclass. We are going for a defensive castle for Vasco, and actually Gajah is not going up. I think that's a mistake. He's still producing a lot of army, while he does have like 20 camels already. Where are his camels actually? He's raiding a bit there. Like, but he has more than that. He has like, you don't need that much camels. Like, it's not like if you have like a 100 camels, it's not like you will be able to push back this castle, right? I think that's a mistake for Gajah Mada. He should just go up. Like, his opponent cannot deal damage to him, he should go up. Vasco is about to get cleaned up. That's nice for Gajah Mada. I mean, this archer did their job already, but that's always a cool thing. And oh, should be a doubt castle? No, it's not. It's okay. It won't be a doubt castle. That was some bill kill for Gajah Mada, and Gajah Mada is finally clicking up. How did we click him? Okay, we click him there, so no risk of losing this. The image. Now that's gonna be tricky for Gajah though, because now he will get like this old base will get trapped, and that's gonna be really annoying because of the how many houses we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose some military building as well. That's gonna be annoying. And he should be able to trap this castle down in time. But that's a Byzantine castle actually. And Byzantine's castle, guys, do have a lot of HP, do have a lot of tankiness, so it might be a bit difficult for Vasco da Gama to push this back. But I mean, if he has a solid like 2 or 3 trap advantage, it should be enough advantage to be able to just trap this long run, trap this down the long run. We are losing a lot of build for Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada did sneak some build on the top, but I don't know how long they will survive. Demos? Tato confirmed? Gajah Mada is Tato confirmed? Or what? Damn. Chemistry for Vasco now. Oh, we are about to lose a trap against a Mongo now. Oh, that's so bad actually for Vasco. Like losing one of his traps, like he could have 3 trap versus 0, and now he's gonna have like 1 trap versus 2 trap versus 1. And he might lose the second one actually. Might lose the second one. That's so annoying. Oh, maybe this castle can shoot? Okay, the castle is shooting. Okay. That does save the day for Vasco, but Vasco is raiding with his composite bowman actually. That's clearly not an easy game for Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada still in this game, guys, but his main base, his starting base is getting nuked, and he doesn't have too much army right now. He needs to go into archer. He's getting raided. He do not have a lot of farmer working right now. So it's tricky for Gajah Mada. If Vasco managed to sit there with his archer actually, be insanely annoying for Gajah Mada. Tato would have War Galley upgrade for better demos. I could see that. And I could see Tato being a bit better defending versus the raid as well. Because I think Tato has like maybe 20-30 APM more than Gajah Mada. And we are losing a lot of vills right now because we are fully boomed up for Vasco da Gama. And we are losing this castle as well. So soon Vasco da Gama will be able to flood the middle of the map. Gajah realized that and he doesn't want this to happen, so he's going for a second castle in the back, but I'm not sure if there is enough archer to avoid this trap from pushing forward. I mean, it will force the trap to stay in the back and not push this castle too fast for now. But soon, we will have a lot of light cap, we will have a lot of composite bowman as well. And it should be a big problem for Gajah Mada. And Gajah Mada actually has a... like, he has a decision, like... do we defend his main base? Like, do he go for clean this? Or is he... or does he keep the pressure on? I mean, if you're the Byzantine player, you have to think like... oh, we lost all under OTC actually. That's actually huge for Gajah Mada. And this girl might be the hero of the nation. Bam. Actually, Vasco losing all is actually really good news for Gajah Mada. We do have some BBC now on the field. Vasco da Gama doesn't have access to BBCs. Elite Composite Bowman? That's scary versus Byzantines, I mean. This unit in your armor, the armor, which means it should be really decent versus the skirm. Because if this unit ignores the armor, it should destroy the skirm as well. And Gajah and Byzantines are known for its trash units. So if you have archer countering like skirm, like Alps and Camo, that's a bit scary. I think skirm should trade pretty decently versus this unit. But it won't counter it as much as a skirm counter an archer in general. We are now losing this castle. We will lose all the military building forward. We are still getting pressure. No, the pressure is not there anymore, but we will lose those villas. We will also lose every access on the top island. And in case Vasco is going for redemption, actually, he could just convert the dog from his opponent and deny all these fish. It's 18 fish. If you kill all these villas, like 10 villas, plus 18 fish, it's like 30 villas less. And Gajah is just calling it. Gajah just don't see a way to come back in this game. The score difference, the discrepancy on the score is huge. And yeah, it's just over. 2-0. You can manage the defeating stage up. Oh, actually, wait. Oh, nice. Wait. Combat and conversion event. No. Diplomacy event. Why not? King event, yes. Chat message, yes. Good event, yes. I mean, just the combat thing, actually. I think it should be better now. Thank you so much, Stay Donut, for this info, actually. It'll help me a lot. Era is so hard to break. Not ACCM confirmed. Stable, though. I mean, ACCM maybe would have fight a bit more, but look at his situation. Like, you are in his situation. He has 13 army. He has 6 crossbowmen, 3 skirm, 1 camel, 1 bombard, and 2 fire. His military building are getting pushed back. He's losing his base there, and there is like 10 light calves in his echo. So he's about to lose every access he has to minerals. So yeah. Is it pretty damn bad though? What is bad, Mr. Paradox? Okay, let's check if we have a new game. I don't think so. Hey, Isidore. Do we have a second game already or not? Not, no replay, no replay. Live. Everything. Ah, yeah, everything is bad. Yeah. I mean, even ACCM would reside in this position. I mean, can be CCM. Okay, let's not join the game once again. Let's wait in spectated games so I don't mess up. Not ACCM, not you, not Tati. What the fuck? Only MBL series was actually good in this tournament. What do you mean MBL series was actually good? Was it actually funny to watch or was like close? Like, what do you mean by good? Already 2-0, interesting games. The second one was actually really good, really cool to watch. But we can feel like Vasco da Gama is about to potentially own Gajah Mada pretty badly. Competitive? I mean, let's check my. I mean, the Jawiga auto was actually really competitive. I do think King Steven Khosrow was cool as well. I think like Auto Jadwiga, Gajah Auto, Khosrow King Stephen has been by far now the best set. What if you wall off the path? You can take to evacuation. I think that's a good idea, as I said, but might be costly for the early game. But I definitely like when you are like mid castle age, going for a wall on this part of the map should be really good. Theory has to be Alexios, right? I actually have a theory where Liri is out, and Liri was Jadwiga, and Alexios is Art. Like, forget about the Liri should be better than Art, okay? Forget about this, and tell me facts about like why is it Leary or why is it Art? Like who is who? Jadwiga and Alexios. Like just don't use the argument he is better than Art. Use fact to explain it to me. Like I really think like look at that bandana. If Art and Leary, if Art was better than Leary, like Art was as good as Leary in general. Like let's say you switch the level of those two players. Do you think Alexios is still Leary, or are you just like motivating your Leary on Alexios just because of Leary's level in general? I do think most of the people are choosing Art over Leary over Art just because they're like Leary is better, so you should be winning. So I really think Art is tryharding so much these days, while Leary is like only tryharding for tournament. I could see Leary dying to an MBL playing well. I mean, I could see like let's say he faced Bars or Ganji, and then he faced Sito. I could see Art winning like this. I could see Art winning 4-1 versus Sito and Bars. I could see Leering the same way, winning the same way. It's not like they played versus a top 4 player or a top 8. Like Bars is like top 12, top 16, and Sito is the same. Between like it's not top 10. Like it's like he's between top 10 and top 16. Same for Bars, between top 10 and top 16. I could see Bars winning versus both of them. Started or Paradox. Hidden Force actually. We saw two tones from Auto the Great many times. So people might be thinking like, oh, Auto might be in the same team as Vasco. That would confirm my theory of Vasco being Era in that train with AM guys. But at the same time, like Vasco potentially watch every set and he could steal some cool strategy. Gajah Sito houses? Yeah, kinda. I mean, same for Vasco. I really think Sito was the end this game. Looks to me like a disaster matchup. I mean, you go like a late imp. I mean, if you go into like CA for Saracens, like that, it should be complicated for Teutons does have an insane good bloom. Teutons in Castle Age just have like better crossbow, better monks, sorry. They do have better monks. And it's not a map where you can play like CA and use your mobility. The Teutons, right? In this map, it's just gonna be boom versus boom, and then in late games, Teuton Saracen is like 50, and having the monk resistance should be really good for the Teuton as well. I don't think it's that one-sided for the Saracen. Like I really think it's maybe even. I would maybe even favor. Maybe I would even favor Vasco de Gama in this. I think the Paladin Albardier's late game composition would be absolutely could absolutely win versus Saracen. No. Well, Beast should have won Armenians too, but it's Hera. Yeah, I agree. Byzantine should have won versus Armenians, but I actually think Armenians is really different on evacuation because of the mule. Like the mule is like you don't have to afford a new lumber camp. You can just move your wood line to another. You can just move your mule, and at the end of the day, like you have that much resources to invest on water, land army, farms, and that it could make a big difference at the end of. It could make a big difference. Gajah Mada pushing. Let's see. We saw Vasco da Gama going like the other day versus Margougou. We saw him going like he was jumping through really fast into curing some rhinos. And then he was going for like something like an FC with some unit on the field. Gajah Mada is doing exactly the same as Suman. Going like for the outside. Doesn't want to chop through the. And he's just gonna maybe go like scout rush boo. But he doesn't want to use the extra rhino. Well, Vasco da Gama is really playing for them. Can we have a prediction? Oh yeah. Is Mada is CCM? 60% chance, I would say. Okay, I'm doing the prediction, guys. A minute. So who is blue? Vasco is blue. Vasco blue, guys. Gajah in red. You can bet your Gugus. What is a Gugus? That's the moment you're gonna ask me. What is a like what the hell is this guy talking about? Gugus, guys, is this channel point. They are named the Gugu. Why is it important to farm Gugus on my channel? Because you can earn a lot of rewards thanks to them for free. You don't have to spend a single you don't have to spend a single cent to earn reward with your Gugus. Actually, let me focus on that. Actually, this rhino could block this ville. That was clean by Vasco. So, about Gugus, guys. You can earn a lot of reward for free thanks to them. You have the chat bar, and under you have like the number of Gugus you have in the bank. You click on this number, you can see all the rewards. And beyond them, for example, you can buy a ticket to participate to like a monthly raffle to win a 1-hour coaching live on stream. Or like if you don't want to be coached, you can give it to a friend, or you can like we can play team game hour, it's up to you. Like at every month I will do a raffle and you will be able to win to participate into a raffle just with the Gugus, and another one just for subs. So there is 2 raffles each month, and one of them can participate only thanks to the Gugus. Okay. You can also like earn like up to like a Fox jersey with your name or name of your favorite Fox player. So it's actually super cool. If Gajah realize that we are luring a boar, we will saw it now. Yes. Try to deny this. And remember that if both players are not playing on the best server, it could be very annoying for Vasco. Oh, what? He went to... He deserves it. He deserves to lose this guy. I mean, he's trading it for a scout. I mean, he went to hit the scout while luring a boar. That was big issues. Oh, really? Is it cutting at the end like yesterday? Maybe it's because my mic is a bit too far from my mouth. Let me try to fix this. I don't know why. Maybe I was talking a bit not loud enough. Okay, let me try to fix this. All are so expensive. It's not that expensive, guys. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's expensive right now, but you have to realize that you earn, if you are sub, up to 700 Gugus points an hour. Something like that. And it's not 700, then you are thinking, wow, 1,700,000. No, because you can actually farm Gugus in a lot of different ways. Like if you watch the stream like consecutively for a few days, you will like earn like a decent amount of Gugus, so it will like speed up your farming. And also thanks to the bettings, because you have to think, every guy in the chat right now is earning Gugus. But at one point, you guys gonna bet your Gugus, right? So if you are good enough, you can steal the Gugus from your neighbor. And that's the idea. Thanks to the bettings, I lose all. You need to win your bet. I didn't precise that, but yes, you need to win your bet, of course. And you need to not go all in, because if you go all in, I don't think you can set up a good bankroll. You need like to manage your bankroll like in a way you don't go all in too often. Because one bad all in, bye bye Gugus. Here goes the lecture on Gugus inflation. Going all in is not very humble. That's true. That's for sure. Yeah, you need to stay humble with the Gugus as well. Like stay humble for the Gugus for sure. If you don't stay humble, like you are homeless. The next bet. And I saw a lot of people in my chat going like all in, then be like, bro, I'm broke. Like I have like 20 Gugus in my bank. Like that's a disaster. I went all in? Wait, let me check this. I mean wait, he went all in. Wait, someone Carpect just bet 20k Gugus on Vasco. And Betze just bet 10k Gugus on Gajah Mada. Ooh, actually, betting 10k on Gajah Mada is something, guys, because I mean the first two games were pretty one-sided. But I mean, he do have good odds. If he wins this one, Betze is like flying. But yeah, like it's expensive, but that's normal. The idea is that it's not too easy to afford everything, right? Like if everyone can afford a Fox jersey, my team gonna call me and be like, bro, you are not part of the team anymore. If we have to give your viewers like 10 jersey a day, like my team gonna crash. Like they won't be able to afford these guys. So it needs to be pretty rare. And I actually think 1 million is easier to have than what you think. Like really. Like at one point when you have like 100k. If you go for a safe bet, and let's see the odds are like 1.10, then you earn like 110k Gugus thanks to the bet, and you just earn 10k. Like you just need to build a decent amount first, then go for some safe bet, and it should be easy to grow little by little. I'm not convinced on Tato being any of the 16 hero. I mean, I can see that. I can see that definitely. If Gajah gets a win, it's this map in my opinion. Okay. I mean, I could see that for sure. Especially with the Saracen should be a decent matchup versus Teutons. But look at the Teutons, like. He's already booming on 40. While Gajah Mada is adding the second and the third one only now. Like, look at Vasco the Gama. He's booming like a madman. He's adding the 4th TC already? like his economy gonna fly. And if he's doing exactly the same he did versus Margougou, he will go for the cut and just go for the kill right away. Someone else went Saracens here too, right? I think it was Gajah Mada himself. I think it was like Gajah Mada versus... Who? Was it Gajah Mada? Yes, it was Gajah Mada. Okay, it was like maybe Gajah Mada versus... versus Gregory, I believe? Something like that? Some houseful for Vasco. Vasco like booming like there is no tomorrow. Just adding farms non-stop. Same for my only farms joke I did the other day on the main channel. People like did some meme about my only farm. Vasco moving to only farm. Gajah versus Otto, I think. Yeah, maybe it was versus Otto and Gregory. Oh, he picked actually Saracen both times? Okay. Luring a boar with the scout. Bruh. Not top 100 confirmed. Don't you dare talk about farms? The farm scientist. Paradox. Defend his fury. His crazy fury. So like look at the farm difference, guys. 37 farms to 18. Like Gajah Mada is getting like... I mean Gajah Mada boom is decent, but... I mean Vasco is just booming in his face. Like 20 vills difference. Like so much farms difference already. The Chuton boom is potentially one of the best boom in the game. I mean, this game is over, you say, Paradox? I don't know if it's over because Vasco still need to cut through the middle, but... Nothing happened and the game is already over? No, guys, the game is not over. Come on, guys. Come on, the game is not over. And I'm enjoying like a baby actually the fact that the notifications are not spamming me on the left. I love this. Handcart being added. We are farming on the boar. Like the boar is becoming the fertilizer of these farms. Like look at how efficient is Vasco da Gama. He's like eating the rhino, and when he's like, oh, I don't like the rhino meat too much, he's like, okay, let's build a farm on it. So the rhino become a fertilizer. Like that's how good Vasco da Gama boom is. It's like he's luring the boar, eating them, then using them as fertilizer. This guy is a farmer. This guy like is a farmer. He knows the nature absolutely perfectly, and he's using it perfectly to just outboom Gajah Mada. And we can see Gajah Mada, like Gajah Mada is from Indonesia. Like this guy are used to fish non-stop, right? So farming, like look at his farming. You can see Gajah Mada is not used to farming. Like he doesn't have the same technique. Like he's not using the zebra as a fertilizer. Like that's a disaster. Zero farm for Gajah Mada. If Gajah Mada doesn't have a pond, I mean, he doesn't know how to farm. Why, look at Vasco da Gama. Only farm. Is definitely a non farm model. Some outposts being added, but Gajah Mada. So Gajah Mada can actually be like, I can see in live me being outboom or what? Oh, this guy, oh shit, he's up already, and Gajah Mada is... He needs to add the second buildings, he needs to wait for farms. Oh no! Oh no, the boom difference gonna be... Oh no, double monastery for Gajah, for Vasco. The Malay used to farm rice in the island of Java, by the way. Volcanic soil assisted this a lot. Oh really? Nice, that's nice. Like, do you know, guys, do you know that if you build a farms in Age of Empire on shallows or on like water terrain, where you can build buildings, It's not a farm, but it's a rice farm actually. I learned that like a few days ago with Dave. I think the outpost won't help against the Onarger cut. I mean, yeah. It has to be a really good outpost if he wants to help. Okay, let's see what Gajah Mada is going for. But he do have a better economy. He do have like 15 extra farms, 16 more farms, 15 farm lead versus Gajah Mada. The discrepancy on the farm level is of 15 farm. Oh no! Gajah cut through actually. Okay, are we going on Edger right away? Gajah Maya is going CA. He's opening CA, but he's just gonna die to Paladin then. I was like, he will open Camel into End Cannoneers and then CA maybe? He's expanding on the side at least. But yeah, I mean, Teutons in late game, they can go for the Tremulation upgrade. Like, so their castle have like unlimited range, and you cannot take Vasco da Gama castles with BBCs. Like, it will be a huge problem actually. I'm really scared for Gajah Mada. Oh, maybe this light cav is gonna be a hero? Hero confirmed? We are going back for Vasco. And what's building Vasco actually? We're gonna go Cavalier. Cavalier Monk Oneger is the play. Cavalier Monks Oneger. And the Gajah Mada is going light cav. That was extremely sad. That was so sad actually. Oh, the poor monk. Bro, the monks was like doing his job. Like he was like giving it all like, converse please, my Bible, give me what I want. And he just realized his task, like his dream since he was a kid was to convert someone. He just convert someone and then he's turning back to his like Emperor Hera. He's like, Hera bro, I just convert. And Hera just shoot him with a, like, just recover him with rocks. That's wild. No BBC for Vasco? Not yet. Is he gonna... Do we have chemistry? Not yet. So... And actually Gajah Mada is going light cav only? I'm actually scared for Gajah Mada. If Gajah Mada is going CA light cav, I mean, Gajah Mada is going light cav versus Paladin. I don't know. This is like Hera's Kelt play Paladin. Play but with Teutons, which is more terrifying. Play but with Teutons, which is more terrifying. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Teutons Paladin are probably the best Paladin of the game. And like, they are so tanky. And especially if you don't have Halbardiers, I mean, do not have Halbardiers, that can be a huge problem. Okay, we have Gajah Mada trying to the castle. That will not happen. If it's Tato, he will quick wall. If it's Tato, he quick wall. If it's not Tato, he doesn't quick wall. So we know about if is Gajah Mada Tato. Let's see. Gajah Mada is definitely not Tato. We are going for heresy for Gajah Mada actually. Yo doesn't quick call, ACCM either actually. ACCM doesn't quick call too much too. And Paladin now, we are going monks like Gajah Mada is going monks versus the Teutons. And now what are we doing? We are doing camels in emergency, but it's a 0 upgrade camel. We do have bloodline, we do have like forging, but that's it. We do not have any other like upgrade. We still need 1 minute before EV camel is complete. How do we stop this? Question mark. I mean, this castle won't be built. We're gonna lose the right side. We are losing the left side. And we're about to lose our main base as well. Our camels are getting converted. We are playing monks versus Teutons. I mean, this game is over. 35 farms. We lost totally 21 farms on the front. We are into EV camels, but now even if Gajah Mada managed to hold this, even if Gajah Mada managed to survive this, like, his next move gonna be what? Halberdiers? Halb's gonna be like his next move. And after that, Gajah Mada won't be able to do anything. And we are going heresy for the Teutons. I'm not even sure it's needed. But why not? We are about to steal the 5 relics of Gajah Mada as well. So, like, the long-term win condition is out of the table for Gajah Mada now. And he's just losing. Yeah, that's just. I hope I can buy drugs with my Gugus. What? Wait, what? I said you can. I said if you have a new idea of new reward, just let me know. I didn't think my viewers would like to be able to buy drugs with Gugus. GG, ACCM resigning, and Vasco the Gama is just. I'm not gonna lie again. When United asked me what is your prediction for this set, in my mind I was like, it's gonna be a 4-0. And I was like, do I say 4-0 on the stream or do I say 4-2 to have some hype? I was like, okay, let's say 4-2. So I said 4-2, and I was like, when I said it, I mean, if Gajah Mada is ACCM, I would predict 4-0 for Era, but I was like, saying 4-0 before a semi-final? Like, let's hype this a bit. Let's say 4-2. 30 minutes for Imp and then 3 minutes push, do you agree? Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, guys, we started this series around what? 4:30? Like 15 GMT 30, something like that? 50 GMT 45? Like, that could be the fastest set of the whole tournament. And it's live, guys. It's live. It means players are like just hosting game. Like they need time to host game. While usually it's like finish a game, bam, JBR is sending us the wreck. Actually, if it's 17 GMT now, like Vietnam is GMT plus 7. So in Vietnam it's midnight almost? Yes, in Vietnam it's midnight, guys. Which is super late for ACCM standard. Yo, I think it's fine. It's for ACCM standard. Okay, guys, who's hosting a lobby? ACCM is Gajah Mada confirmed. So when people will gonna watch for spectate game, they will be like, what the fuck is this? Just give ACCM an extra long smoke break. You're right. Who was Pachacuti to make it somewhat close? That's actually a good one. Who was Pachacuti? I actually, in my books, Pachacuti was Ganji. But you're right, actually. Maybe we slip up on Pachacuti, because Pachacuti, did he make it somewhat close? I don't think so. I think Pachacuti, like, look at this. I think Pachacuti, like, he got destroyed on slopes. On evacuation, he got owned as well because he went Sicilians. Bypass, he got owned. On Hinderfort, I remember Vasco da Gama, like, disrespecting Pachacuti. literally disrespecting him. And Cop, he got owned as well. I mean, he didn't play that great. No, Pachakut, I still think it's like Ganji. And the game is ready. Gonna be Vasco da Gama, Vikings on Island versus Gajah Mada. And Gajah Mada choose Island. I mean, when you are Gajah Mada right now, you're like, okay, we played the evacuation. That was the closest one. And that was the one that didn't look at all like Arabia. Otherwise, Eden Fort, I got owned. And I mean, the first one was like a stomp, basically. So maybe Gajah Mada realized if I want to have a chance to come back in this set, I need to play on a map that is not looking Arabia at all. So let's play Islands. Mihai? No, 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 no. Mihai is not Gajah Mada. I cannot believe. Clearly not. I think Gajah Mada is ACCM actually. This game live now? Yes, the game are live, guys. The semi-final will be live. I think the first one was not live. I think the second one will not be live because it could be really late for some players. I think this one is live actually. This one is live. Second one is like, okay. I mean, Miai being Pachakuchi? Could be, but I don't see Miai having that good of a monk micro. Who is Vasco? Vasco is Era, I believe. Imagine Vasco de Gama is like Sebastian. Everyone is like, what the? Viking versus Dravidian, Vikings for Vasco. If this is Era, Era is not known for his Sito houses. Sito confirmed, guys. Who do you think Miai was? I think Miai was Jambiro. I'm pretty sure about this one. Like when I saw Miai, when I saw Jambiro playing, I sent a message to Miai even. I told you, bro, you played well, but you could have played better. And he told me, what are you saying? I said, who do you think was your opponent, Sumanguru? And then he was like, I cannot answer this, and you don't know if I am not Jambiro, you don't know this info, you are not sure. I was like, okay, man. Okay, I see that. He was like denying it, but I could feel he was having like a huge smile denying it. Okay, Vasco win the last one. Time to bet your Gugus again. Like same for Doubt yesterday. Yesterday I sent a message to Doubt and I tell him, bro, I mean I know you are a cooker, but Aztecs on island, you burn the kitchen there. Like the kitchen is on fire, bro. And he answered me like, you are too clueless about this game to talk about cooking and about guessing. Like he said something like, "How can you guess it's me while you are that clueless in this about this game?" Classic Doubt answer. I was like, if the guy is angry, that's him. And I do not have like I didn't message any other player. Like I only message player. I am absolutely sure that's them. That's it. King Stephen is that confirmed? I really think so. Yeah. I mean, everyone thinks it's Doubt. And he didn't said yes. He just said, like, you are too bad in this game to be able to guess something. That's, I mean, that's what he said. I think the problem with some of those strategies is that they are fine margin. Everything has to work perfectly or it fails. Remember, shot his bow among other things. Yeah. I mean, shooting his bow didn't help him at for sure. Like, especially if his build was like tight and super like build was super nice prepared. You shoot your bow like your build is messed up. So Gajah Mada is adding a front dock, same for Vasco. The question gonna be like, is Gajah landing or not versus Viking? Versus Viking, a common strat is to land because the Viking do not have access to fire ship, guys. And then not having access to fire ship when you are being land, it actually makes it actually really tricky to defend both water and land. So going landing versus Vikings could be really decent. Picking Aztec second for Iceland is tragic. I mean, if he thinks like Aztecs is a free win, why not pick it second, right? But then if you don't win with your second pick on islands on your own map, then yeah, it's tragic. And maybe if he was playing versus Viper, I mean, in my opinion, Khosrow is Viper. That's what I said in my prediction. He was playing versus Viper. Maybe he trained with Viper too, and Viper knew about the strat. Again, hear me out, guys. Maybe Doubt and Viper are teammates, so they were training together. And at one point, Doubt tried the Aztecs 1 versus Viper. He destroyed Viper, and then Viper knew this strat was OP. So at one point, maybe King Stephen picked Aztecs super early because he knew that his opponent maybe want Aztec as well in his draft. So maybe he was like, I know Aztec is super good in my books. I want to make sure I win this island game. So I pick Aztec super early because I could face one of my teammates that know about my Aztec pick as well. That could be something. As there Cyrix on the map, there is 8 actually. 8. So just for that, Aztec could be insane. Margougou, what's up, my friend? Oh, that's the Viper talking to me? Hello, the Viper. I'm good, I'm good. Are you the real one? You are the real... What? What? Viking? Landing? Yes, I am. Okay, nice. Viking going land? Oh no. That's a... T90 confirmed? T90, bro. No. T90, what are you doing? Don't stop there, T90. Oh no. Don't make a range there. T90, no. No. T90. Okay. What is he doing? Vasco de Gama is not... I mean... He saw that Gajah Mada was going in his land, his base. Vasco de Gama getting a taste of his own medicine. How bad it felt, Vasco. Vasco, are you okay, Vasco? How bad are you feeling now? Vasco did this to every player. King Vasco. Stable forward for Vasco da Gama? I think that's a bad idea. Most of the time when you are landing, you do have your barracks home. So opening with a stable means your opponent already has a barracks. And you should be able to defend with a spear and a tower potential. So it should be fine. While range, well, suddenly you need to wait. Like Vasco is... What is doing Vasco to defend this? And Vasco does not have any enough wood actually. Like he needs to go for a range at home. He needs to go like for galley as well. It's looking good for Gajah Mada actually. This opening is looking fairly good for Gajah Mada. Don't tell me we don't have loom. I was scared for a moment. So a tower for Vasco. And stable forward for Gajah Mada actually. Did Gajah miss the info? Did Gajah miss the info that Vasco was landing as well? Is it a possibility that he missed that? Missed that? No way. No, Gajah Mada lost his archer under the chest. No, Gajah. Gajah, man, don't lose like this. Like you are way better than this, Gajah, man. Keep focusing. Focus. Okay. We killed the fish. of Vasco da Gama. That's a nice start from Gajah. I mean, having these two archer was so crucial, right? Like he has two archer eating this wood line already. It was a disaster for Vasco. What is doing Vasco with his scout? Still running around. Maybe we'll find this just passing. Okay, not just passing. Players has a lot to do, like, a lot of to deal with. Sometimes the just passing is like they are dealing with something else. I think Vasco is pretty busy with this right now. I think Vasco is really busy with this right now, but oh god, Gajah, you need to micro properly. Like your archer are right now undisputed. Like nothing can contest them. If you micro properly, you can just win this game just with your archer actually. These scouts are meant to be annoying for Vasco, for Gajah, but if Gajah managed to micro both at the same time, he should be in a really good position. Just don't need to lose this archer stupid. Like you don't need to lose this archer against Vils. You don't need to lose this archer against Vils. Gajah, Gajah lost 4 archer for free already. That's no bueno. Because now he doesn't have any archer almost. Like he could be having like 5 archer, 2 scout and the game is over. But right now he's just not having a single archer almost. Does Gajah know about the landing? Gajah, I think Gajah I think Gajah missed the information. Like, I think clearly missed the info because otherwise he would have reacted like earlier. I mean, he saw the transport going this way. He could have made a tower, for example. Could have maybe walled himself as well. He could have tried to find the transport ship with his fire ship as well. So clearly, I think Gajah didn't notice the transport ship of Gajah going to his island. Archery range for Gajah Mada. Still producing archer. We are taking stone for Vasco da Gama. We do not have enough for a second tower yet. And Vasco is sending his scout back actually. I mean, that's risky. There's a lot of fire everywhere, but it should be fine. He should be able to ungarrison the scout in time. Still archer being produced by Gajah, but I hope he won't get surprised. I mean, that's a good move by Vasco da Gama. He realizes that there is a ton of spears in defense already. There's like 2 spears on crucial spot. So he's like, I cannot damage more my opponent at this point. Oh no, don't lose the scout. That's so crucial. If you lose them, you do not have any shield. Oh, and now it's just gonna be like the surprise gonna be total for Gajah, and Gajah who should lose his archer. Maybe you can send like a fire helping maybe. Oh no, we're just gonna lose the archer actually. We're gonna serve them in the transport ship, but we already lost like 2 of them. And now this is gonna get cleaned as well because we lost. Like, I mean, if Gajah had his 2 scouts, he could use them as a mid shield while he's damaging them with the archer, while he's damaging enemy scout with his own archer. But now, I mean, there is nothing to tank versus this scout. He's just gonna clean up. And at the end of the day, I mean, we do have water for Gajah Mada, but we are wasting so much army. We are wasting so much army for him. He's wasting so much everywhere. We are going for a market for Vasco, same for Gajah Mada. Actually funny that Vasco is building it with 4 vills. So Vasco should be able to abuse the market before his opponent. And that looks stupid, but he will have better prices. Maybe that can make the difference. Let's see. Let's see who wins it first. Oh, Gajah Mada used it first actually. So he will have better prices than his opponent. Vasco is still struggling at home to deal with this. Okay, he added some skirm, but he do not have any upgrade on his skirms, while the archer are fully upgraded. And Vasco is not in the best position right now. He clicked up a bit before his opponent. But I mean, he still have the forward pressure potentially. But Gajah Mada being able to make fire in this situation is a huge advantage for the Dravidian. That's why with Dravidians you go landing versus Vikings most of the time, because the Vikings do not have any fire, and so you can really like win the water while playing the land, while the Vikings kinda needs to choose either fully playing water, either fully playing the land. Oh no! How is this possible? Like how a random galley is sniping all the fish? Oh no! Gajah losing his advantage. Gajah losing so much on this one, and he don't realize in time. Like how this, like that's smart. That's well played by Vasco. I mean, he managed to sneak a galley to snipe the fish, but Gajah not realizing. While I mean, he's fighting on the land, yes, but oh, that's so huge. That's so huge. What's happening is so bad for Gajah. He finally realizes. But, I mean, he lost everything. He lost every single fishing he had. He still has the pressure forward though. Nice veil kill by Gajah Mada. But losing his fish was not necessary actually. He could have saved them. And versus Hera, you clearly want to save everything you can save and not waste too much unit. And I have to say on this one, I think if Gajah Mada was playing properly, was microing the unit like perfectly, or better at least, I think he would be in a way better spot than what he is actually. Because he wastes so many archers versus the scout, so many archers under the TC. He lost a lot of fish for free as well. Like he could have played way better than this. Second CC for Vasco da Gama actually. TC on stone, it means he realized that he needs a castle to survive and to push back all this potentially. And he's going for the monastery forward. Maybe he wants to contest the relics, maybe he wants to steal them. I mean, the relics on the long run on this map is like such an important thing. And actually, Gajah is going for an elephant. So, without knowing that, Vasco went for actually the counter. That's well played by him. Maybe he saw the stable and he was like, okay, I need a monk, so my landing won't be pushed back. That is a nice quick roll by Vasco da Gama, by the way. Maybe we'll be able to buy enough time. He needs to quick roll this as well. Nice quick roll by Vasco. And actually Gajah Mada is going for a TC there, a TC to range the veil potentially. But if the monk is in time, actually it could be a disaster for Gajah Mada. Because an elephant could kill all this villager. Let's see. The monk converting the elephant. The TC actually trapping his own friend. Or if he converts this elephant, that's a disaster. That was close. That was close. If Vasco was converting this one actually, it was a disaster for Gajah Mada. But he didn't, so Gajah is fine. And Gajah still have his forward pressure, right? Still have his 10 archer running around. 7 kill, 2 economic kill. So this archer has been deadly already. And now he's gonna push. Keep in mind guys that Dravidian Siege is cheaper. Like that's one of the Dravidian bonus. They do have cheaper siege. So it should be in like doing this type of fight should be in favor of Gajah Mada. Yeah, and he does have some archer too, so maybe this archer will be able to like snipe the veil that will try to rebear the Margougou, snipe the veil that will go all around, snipe the veils on the outside as well. So those archers do have a lot of potential. Going for light cav as well. Did we manage to push back this? I like light cav. He's not underestimating. He doesn't underestimate this little push, so he will be able to snipe the potential monk that is going out for Vasco da Gama. Vasco is not using this scout. He could have maybe used it to snipe this light cav, and he will just lose. Maybe he can quick wall the wheels. Do you want to quick wall them? Like, do you want to use your APM to save them? Looks like not. I mean, he has to be busy. He lost some wheels on the stone. Oh no, he's rushing down the siege because he realized that the archer were... Oh no, that's very bad. Yeah, he realized that the archer were out of position. So he just realized he could like snipe the siege. He's about to kill 2 Mangonel with wheels only. And actually those crossbow might die as well. If Gajah Mada is not on them, he might lose them as well. Oh, that's a very bad moment for Gajah Mada actually. The Mangonel is chasing. The Mangonel is literally chasing the crossbowman. Shoot! Oh, that's a good shot. a good shot. 30C going down for Vasco da Gama. Actually, maybe this... No, it won't be denied. One Mangonel to hold the push. And the Vils only is actually enough for now, at least. Are we massing Knight? No, only one in the stable. Maybe it's one to like force Gajah Mada into some investment, because Gajah Mada doesn't know if it's like 1 or 10 Knights into the stable. I mean, he can potentially realize that it has to be like 1, 2 or 3 unit maximum. But versus Viking and their uncart economy, you never know actually. Gajah Mada out? You think Gajah Mada is out, or I misspelled his name once? ICCM and Era farms in this game. Farm Fury is back once again. Actually, Gajah Mada not adding fish is a huge mistake. Like, he won the water, he's just not using his water advantage. Like, he doesn't have any fish almost. He only have 2, which is like a really low number. He could have way more fish already. He could use these bonuses way more. I mean, he won the water, invested for it, and he's just not using it. That's a mistake from Gajah Mada. Maybe he will be able to... Oh, losing his Vil is such a huge deal. I mean, now he won't be able to build a second workshop. Now all his pressure is potentially gone on the land. I mean, he can still send some more Vils and look like he wants to do so, but that's annoying. That's really annoying. This kill just bought so much time for Vasco already. On the economic aspect of the game, both are kinda close to each other. Armor Elephant being for Gajah Mada, he wants to push this castle. I mean, are we really going for an Elephant Archer without any unit to support it? Are we going for this type of push? That looks a bit random to me, but let's see if it's gonna pay off. Maybe if he surprises his opponent with 4 or 5 Elephant Archer, it can work out, but I just think that's not the best idea. For now, Gajah is in a better spot here. I mean, if he was using water for fish earlier, he would be in a very good position. He would be in a winning position. But now, I mean, that's not... I mean, that's pretty close. Okay, Gajah Mada does have like army advantage, but he needs to use it to kill some Vils or to create a difference in the economy. And for now, Vasco is defending it pretty well. That's not gonna be easy for Vasco. I mean, he doesn't have the best unit with Viking to deal with that. Or don't tell me he's killing like the 2 light calves and the Mangonel. Oh, the Berserker are healing themselves actually? Oh, will he kill it? Okay, no. Well played by Gajah. And we are about to kill a Mangonel as well, maybe? No, this one's gonna be repaired. Gajah is just dealing with all this pressure. I also like don't know why Gajah is not using his transport ship to just bring the relics home. That's such a big mistake by Gajah. He should like focus on that first. Like having the extra relics on the long run on the island is such a win condition. He almost sniped his own castle, by the way. He almost sniped it. But yeah, like not going for the relics in Gajah Mada's position is such a big mistake, especially on islands. I mean, if you do have like 6 relics versus 2 on islands in the late game, Vikings or not, you're in a better spot. Maybe he forgot about them. Maybe he's just too focused about booming and pressuring at the same time. But that should be a priority. A Mangonel shot could be insane. Oh! Oh, please, we need a second one. Vasco wants to deny this castle. I don't think he will be able to do so, but he's trying to at least. He's like pushing non-stop into it, but yeah, this castle gonna go up. And Vasco is going for his own castle in the back. Vasco is about to pick up. Same for Gajah Mada. 2 castle versus 1. Vasco should be winning the Trebois if there is one. And I think for Gajah, it's actually the moment, like, Gajah realized that, like, Gajah sees the second castle. He doesn't know if his opponent is up or not. That's actually the moment for Gajah to just take this extra relic and switch into water again. That's the perfect moment for Gajah to do. Like, this castle, he has to realize that he won't win this fight. He's 2 castle versus 1. He's facing the Vikings economy. So Viking might be up, he doesn't know about that. So in case he's up before his opponent, he could go for a trap and start trapping down, but investing a second castle would be a mistake in my opinion. He should really just switch into the water, take the extra relic. You have 6 relic, you switch into water, Vikings or not, you should be winning the late game. Let's see what is gonna be Gajah decision. He's adding ranges, so it looks like he do not agree with me. Like he will value this army way more than me. He will decide to try maybe to go for the kill. Actually, if he managed to take into chemistry fast enough, he should be able to go for some bombard cannon. And bombard cannon should be a very good unit versus Viking. Vikings do not have access to them, by the way. So in case he do have like some BBCs on the field, he will be able maybe to win this trap war fight. But the thing is, it's 2 castles versus 1. Like you need a solid 2 minutes 30 to be able to go into your BBCs. So yeah, it won't be an easy one, definitely. Don't tell me Vasco gonna get the middle relics. Should be a shame. Like if Vasco managed to grab these relics first, I mean, if Gajah Mada is losing this one, he can have some regret. Like he had the water control for 40 minutes now, and he didn't went for this middle relics a single time. Not a single time. Pass on Gajah and kill all the wound would be Pog. Actually, that would be really smart. I actually think this idea is really underrated. Especially with the Dravidian chip siege. I really think that would be really Pog. Like, he can kill, like, how much wood can he just cut with his Onegger potentially? 13k wood. I really think Gajah, like, his best play was give up on this push because you are 1 castle versus 2. You go for Onegger, you cut the wood line, and then you take the extra relics. And then you just cannot lose this. You have 13k extra on your own island than your opponent, and 6 relics. That's actually the best move you can do in this position. Like now we do have chemistry in 17 seconds, but maybe this castle won't be alive when the BBC is going out. Actually, an armored elephant could maybe be enough. We are sending some longbow to be able to kill the archer. The armored elephant needs to snipe this one. If we manage to kill this trap, maybe this castle will stay alive until the bombard cannon comes out. No BBC on the way though, it has to be a mistake. I think it has to be a huge mistake. Yeah, we're gonna lose this castle for Gajah. Gajah going for some fast fire, I like the idea. Still no bracer for Vasco da Gama. So it's castle age longboat. But now Vasco da Gama is going for take the middle islands. And I don't know how this is possible, honestly. How Gajah didn't expand on the middle or at least grab the relics during the game, I have no clue how it's possible, but looks like Vasco might get the relic on the middle. Oh, good shoot actually from Vasco da Gama. He's gonna try to go for a second one. No, he won't be able. This tower going up is huge actually. Just secure this gold. I think he was running out of gold. No, this one is actually really... Like there's a lot of gold remaining. Like 3k is fine. And now we are going for the trade war without a BBC. Okay, BBC on the way finally for Gajah. That could make a huge difference because Vasco da Gama is right now not investing into any land unit. It's gonna be 1 game in for Gajah, Mada. Gajah played this one great, but at one point I was scared that he could through it. I mean, he lost so many archer and Shadow Age for nothing. He wasted so much that I was like, Vasco da Gama's strategy on this one was very bad, according to the matchup, in my opinion. But Gajah almost threw it, because, like, look at this. He's wasting just so many units. Maybe he's a bit stressed, maybe he's not playing his best, I don't know. But he's just, like, not playing the best. He wasted a lot, but I am actually really happy he got the game. Maybe thanks to this win, he will, like it will give him a lot of motivation back. He will be like, okay, maybe it's not lost, let's go. I really hope that's what Gajah is thinking right now, and it's possible actually, because Gajah, we saw that Gajah strategy, like on every map he tried a new strategy. It was like poles on mudflow, it was Byzantine on evacuation, and well, island he went for a landing. It's not something like out of the box on this map, but we could see he went prepared, right? So I believe that if Gajah takes some motivation back and now he's like, oh, actually I can win this if I manage to take a win. Why not take the set? He will be maybe thinking like, I have good plans. I am good at this game. Let's go. So Gajah Mada may be coming back. I mean, he need to go for a fully reverse sweep. He need to go from 0-3 to 4-3. It has to be a long journey, but it's actually really possible. Do we have do we have the next game actually? Let's check this. I think not yet because it's live, so we need some time for the people to host the lobby, for the admin to make sure is like everyone is ready. They are hosting the lobby. Let's check the the draft a bit. The meanwhile, so Mudflow is played, Island as well, HiddenCup and Evacuation. Let's check the Armenians. Both none of them use Armenians actually. Vasco used Armenians on Evacuation, but Gajah didn't use Armenians on Island. So he used Dravidians. So he won with Dravidians. He lost with Byzantines and lost with Poles. His opponent won with Magyars and Tutsis. So that's it. That's that. Do I miss a save? 1, 2, Vikings. Lost with Vikings. And he lost with Saracen. So that's the draft, actually. Gajah Mada still have Armenians and Portuguese. His 42nd pick in. I do think Portuguese is actually really good on most of the map. Like, especially on Cup, it should be good. Be really good on Cup. Should be really good on Bay as well, potentially. We saw Gajah Mada playing Korea yesterday, or the day before. And he played Korea really well. We saw a lot of people playing Korea on Cup with actually like tower creep just expanding everywhere, just trying to set up a tower creep that is just unpushable in the later game. So I really hope Gajah Mada will be able to go for his cup, but now that's Vasco choosing the home map. He's going for Bay actually. I'm gonna go for the bet, no worry guys. Native viewership numbers are insane, 10k on YouTube and 20k on Twitch. That's actually amazing for the AoE scene, guys. Actually amazing. And actually, Vasco won, guys. Vasco won. Margougou going for the 3k Gugu's hold up. He betted 3k and he will triple his bet. While Carpect has 5k in the hell. GG's, guys. Gajah taking it home. And that was a bit of a surprise, I have to say, after the first 3 games, but that was well played. That was well played. Vasco or Gajah, game 4, guys. The bet is on. Good luck to you. Let us spend Gugus. I'm ready for all-in. Good luck for your all-in, dear Otto. I mean, Portuguese-Italian is not an easy one. Like, we saw that Vasca was really good on land map, especially. And I mean, he was really good, maybe except on island, I would say, for now. And, like, it really feels like Portuguese is an insane save, especially in late game. But yeah, we'll see. Vasco the Gama in blue as Italians. Really go for the build order we saw a lot already from the AM preparation, if I'm right in my prediction. Like, my prediction says AM plus Era be like Vasco, Otto, Jadwiga, and Alexios. Era should be Vasco, and until now, we saw a lot of like fast uptime to win the water from them. Like, they went like fast build order, not going for the fish too fast, into like winning the water super fast and fishing after winning the water, kind of adding fish after winning the water. So we'll see what's gonna be Vasco da Gama approach on this one. I would say Gajah Mada. I don't remember how Gajah Mada played this map, if he played it. Or did we saw Gajah Mada on this map before? I'm not even sure. I think we did. it was versus Gregory, and it went for like for standard build order, I believe. He went standard build order into Monk's defense versus like Dravidian's push. Something that could be fun for the next Hidden Cup would be to get a show match right before the finals between two heroes that lost the first round. The viewer would choose which player they want to see. This would help with guessing the players that got destroyed early. Actually, I think that's a really good idea. It's a really good idea, actually. Maybe instead of the third place, you could go for one of the first round little show match, actually. I mean, the first place is cool, but I really think the first place, most of the time, is set up to be able to, like, so the viewers has time to realize, like, oh, the final is around the corner, we're about to watch the finals. Like, it's just time for the viewers to just gather up around the stream and be able to all be ready for the final. Like, I think a lot of people are not too interested into the third place. I mean, I am watching the third place, and I'm thinking like, okay, when is the final, right? I'm not watching the third place for the third place. I'm watching the third place because there is a final after. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. I really don't like much for third place too. Yeah, so I really think a show match like you said could be really, really nice. And at the end of the day, like being third or being fourth, for a lot of players, it's not that big of a deal. Like, since you eliminated from the tournament, since you cannot win it anymore, it's like being third or fourth is like not that huge. It's some more money, yeah, I guess, but no, yeah, you're right, but I don't know. I just feel that on a viewer perspective, third place is like just a waiting room for the final that you could replace by something maybe a bit more interesting. And I mean, it's a really good match, don't get me wrong, but I just think you could maybe replace it by something else. And then having like Dynasty King said, like having a little show match between two heroes that lost in the first round to help people to maybe find who is who could be potentially better. That's just I just agree with what Dynasty said. In general, especially in Hidden Cup maybe. I agree for the viewers, but for the player, money is money. Yeah, it could be. But like, at the end of the day, like, if you don't have a third place match, it's like you split the money between the third player and the fourth one. It's not like they do have less money. It's like the fourth one should get a little bit less than what he could have if it was like split between them, and the fourth and the third would get a bit more. Like that's most of the time between third and fourth, it's like really the same. Like the difference is close. Did the farm check this game? Okay. Do you want me to check Vasco or Gajah? Paradox. Who do you want me to focus on? Gajah maybe? Gajah first farm, okay. I'm gonna focus on him. He's going for the sucker duck. I'm gonna unzoom a bit, so I'm able to spot the new farms if there is one. Also, the two caster for the show match could be the third and fourth. Yeah, but then, I mean, it's not possible in Hidden Cup, right? I mean, that's not possible in Hidden Cup. Farm placement from Gajah. Where are you placing your farm, Mr. Gajah? Show me, show me. We would get Leary plus dot vibes. So if I remember correctly, Paradox said this should be the place for the first farm. Is Gajah really a CCM? I saw him playing team game on dashboard. I don't know. Bro, he needs a meal first. That's true. I'm a pro player, by the way, guys. You were asking me? Oh! A meal! Looks like Vasco the Gama will take advantage of his faster uptime to win the water. At least he will be able to maybe snap this fish. Now he's just going back. Is they're about to fight on water, but we do have an extra wood. Maybe for a farm. Gajah, Mada. Still fighting on water. Gajah, Mada, please. I'm not gonna wait for it for all my game, man. This guy farm there and destroy Paradox Theory, please. Please, Gajah, please nuke Paradox Theory, man, please. The guy is on the top of the town center, so it makes sense he farms there. If you make a farms there, then I believe Paradox Theory. I mean, the guy is there. If he took this guy to make a farm on the top, it should make sense. But if he did the farm, if he placed his farm there, then I can believe it's ACC. Okay, the guy is not on the top anymore. I don't believe in this theory anymore. Okay, let's focus a bit on the water fight for now. Looking pretty equal. Or could be a good demo. Okay, that was a kill, that was decent. Nice split by Vasco. Still no farm, guys. Still no farm. We are using a fish to tank some damage for Vasco. That's actually well played. Then just saving him in time. I mean, now it makes sense to place it there. So the farm fury isn't big of a thing. Isn't that big of a thing. Nice split again from Vasco. And that could be a nuke. Oh, that was a huge demo for Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada should place a farm really soon. I mean, he has a ville there, so he could place it there or there maybe. But he's about to lose his fish, so he will place a farm really soon. Place a farm. I mean, the ville was aiming for this type of farm, naturally. ACCM confirmed? No. That's just a farm, guys. Calm down. That's just a farm. ACCM for sure. You're crazy. I will talk about your farm theory on the semi-final on the second semi-final talk show, guys. I'm gonna talk about it. I also placed my first farm there. Yeah, and I don't know where I placed my own first farm. Okay, good demo maybe for Gajah. Nice split for now from Vasco. Don't lose the demo for nothing. That was not the best. That was a good demo by Gajah Mada. Let's go. Split, Gajah. Split your marines. And Vasco just lost his fish as well. Vasco is close to... My bad, I disconnected the mic, guys. My bad, I disconnected the mic. Too excited? Actually, it's like my mic has a wire. That's the name. A wire, I think. And it's like sometimes my chair just like disconnected it from the PC for some reason. Too excited? And it's gonna be like none of them gonna win the water at the end of the day. They will both lose all their fish and won't be able to use the fish as an economic boost. Let's check, like, who's placing farm like this? Like, where is the farm fury for this one? Like, I want a farm furist. I need a farm scientist for this one, please. I need a farm scientist for this one. Hello, what everyone is saying, one of them is ACCM. I mean, in the pre-talk show, I said it could be ACCM. Some people also think it could be ACCM. If you want for the next semis, I come, guys, and I said Khosrow is Paradox playing. And everyone will say Paradox is Viper, maybe. T90 chat, guys. T90 chat. Got influenced by T90 prediction all the tournament. It's time for a new vibe. I'm gonna say that it's Paradox playing down there. Castle Age on the way for both of them. Vasco da Gama gonna be up a little, a bit before Gajah Mada. And actually Gajah Mada is adding a barracks, while Vasco da Gama went for the market and blacksmith. Which means he's not planning on adding some military on the field. Looks like it's gonna be like straight boom for Gajah Mada. He's not playing the water anymore as well, so he kinda gave up on the water idea. Still more than 1,000 food on this fish, so maybe Gajah Mada gonna have like a good economic boost. Maybe he's planning, like maybe he was like, there's still plenty of fish. I will use this extra food to get some map control with some light card. Light card only costs food. So maybe that's what he was thinking about, and actually I think that's a really good idea. I really like how he's using this fire to kinda like finish his world and make sure Vasco da Gama cannot sneak in his scout and gather some infos. Because sometimes having some info is actually huge. Gajah Mada could have maybe build this stable a bit in the back as well, so he could kinda hide his plans. Because now Vasco da Gama should be able to spot this, and he will know that there is a scout on the field. Yeah, now he knows that there is scout on the field, and look at Vasco da Gama going for 40C instantly, guys. Vasco da Gama going for the boom once again. Too bad Alfred Dave was eliminated. Yeah, that's for sure. But well, you cannot have a cool name and be good in Age of Empires as well. Like, that's a lot to ask. ACCM is super accurate with the first. I think the first few are far more important. More factors will influence some percent as the game goes. I could see that, but I still don't want to get involved into your farm theory yet. Like, your farm theory is like too nerdy for me. But I will talk about this maybe. If they ask me about my prediction, I will talk about ACCM farm prediction. And be like, according to the farm prediction, to the farm theory, it could be ACCM. You don't want to be wrong, it scares you, stay humble. Yeah. Take your shot forward for Gajah Mada. 36. Oh, this TC is actually awful. Like, why are you not going for a TC there or even a TC there? You know that you do have the map control. He could have expand outside his base instead of doing this TC like where you cannot make too much farm around it. Like, you kinda need to delete these houses as well. He's sharing the same forest of the with the other town center, which means this forest will get chopped really fast. So maybe going for a TC there or there could have been better. But that's the details. Staying humble means we should consider the farm fury. Really? As I said, stay humble do not means become a nerd. Like, guys, what did you understand into stay humble? Stay humble don't means listen to admin. Like, stay humble does not mean the same thing as listen to admins. Paradox is an admin, guys. You clearly don't want to listen to admin. He's one of the least people you can listen to and trust them. You cannot trust the admin. Gajah Mada push is coming and the first kill has been found. It's 4cc versus 3 actually, but looks like Vasco da Gama doesn't have the best boom, or at least didn't manage to get the lead on this part, because actually he's getting the lead because there is some fish as well, so he's getting a really solid boom. But now the question is, how do you hold versus that? Looks like the light cav wants to run in. That could be really annoying for Vasco da Gama actually. You will need to fast wall this or just go back. Okay, he's going back. I could see Viper just fast walling it. So once again, it leads me towards Mr. Hero. He do have a 40c boom though, so Gajah Mada needs to be careful, because once again, like, we saw that Vasco loves to like go for a big boom into like a a big one push on the timing. Okay, we are killing a lot of Vil though. That's third and oh, that's a lot of Vil kill. Look at the economic difference, not that big anymore. And actually, guys, Gajah, Mada, I told you, maybe the last game, maybe he needed a game. Get the confidence in, and maybe Gajah Mada is on his way to the river sweep. Let's check the Mangonel micro. Nice one from Gajah Mada. Actually, 3 Mangonel pushing this TC. Like, could HiddenCup 5 be the first tournament win for ACCM? While Vils are actually killing some light caps here. Could be the first ACCM win on a tournament. Could be huge actually. And the push is getting bigger and it's more and more scary actually. Like 4th Mangonel on the way soon potentially. And this TC is about to be destroyed as well. 5th TC for Vasco de Gama, he needs to expand an extra goal. Really nice map awareness by Gajah Mada, sending a light cap there. So he will be able to spot it right away. We are losing these TCs for Vasco. And a Mangonel is out, but this Mangonel, I mean, his lifespan gonna be short. Like, is it going up even? Yeah, it should go up, but that's gonna be some more dead Vils. And look at the Vil difference. Only 7 Vils difference. Or that could be more dead Vils actually. Nice attack by Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada just punishing the grid from Vasco. It looks like Vasco is just dying to this 18 military versus 3. If Gajah Mada managed to micro this properly, it looks like he will because he do have this outpost that gives him a lot of vision. So he should be... Looks like he will micro better his next Mangonel, and he's having Redemption in actually. Redemption will give him the possibility of just converting the Mangonel that wants to snipe his own Mangonel. So it's gonna be something like really good. It should be really good for Gajah Mada. But Vasco is going for some light cav actually. Vasco with the right call. Sniping one Mong, sniping a second one. Like this, like killing a Mangonel as well. That was a nice moment for Vasco da Gama. And now, oh, this castle. 4 Vils castle, we are sending more. The bus of Vils is coming. The bus of Vils are on the way. And Gajah is just saying GG. Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada is on fire actually. After the rough start in this set, Gajah Mada is just back on track, ready to river sweep this set, guys. What a game by Gajah Mada. He won the water versus Italians, and then he just went for the push. He was like, I'm booming while pushing, while you are just going like full boom, super greedy approach. Like, what a play. Man, I'm so glad this Omega grid got punished. Yeah, that's for sure. And yeah, Vasco just, he will start to doubt. I mean, he was like super dominating on every set, like not being in danger a single time, almost. And now he's just like, on this one, he played well, but Gajah Mada just outplayed him with this early push. What a game from Gajah. Well played, Gajah Mada, I have to say. Well played, well played. And what if this means we get to see more farm poggers? I mean, this means you have more chance to show the world that your theory is like right, but do you really want to use this theory in your life? I'm not certain about that. Okay, let's find custom games. Do we have a new one? Lobby Browser. Robo Vasco Gajah. Okay guys, Vasco has been hosting every lobby. Vasco has been hosting every lobby. What does it mean to us? Like, who is hosting the lobby usually? I think Era is hosting the lobby most of the time. I can see Era. I can see ACCM, sorry, being a bit more lazy. So we could see, I could see Vasco being Era because of the Nude Fury, guys. Hosting the lobby Fury. Lobby host Fury on the way. Margougou doesn't believe in a farm theory, but believe in the lobby Fury. Yeah, new Fury, guys. The lobby Fury. Who's hosting the lobby most of the time? Can Gajah be Viper? I don't think so. No. Like, if Gajah is Viper, then all my practice partner Fury is dead. Like, if Gajah is Viper, my predictions like are all wrong. That's straight impossible. Like, I based most of my prediction on the practice partner Fury. If this go down, if this is not a thing, I'm just, I mean, I just need to stay humble then and to rework on everything. So I want to believe my practice partner Fury is something like good. Who is Gajah? I think Gajah is either Yo, either ACCM. I'm not certain, I don't have a certitude about one or the other yet, but I do think it's either ACCM or Yo. We will check the farm and find out. Or we will check the new lobby theory. Who's hosting the lobby? Does ping depend on who hosts? No. Ping depend on what server player are playing. West US server, that depend how far the server from your computer, right? Like, if I am playing on East Asia server, my ping gonna be a disaster. If I'm playing on Europe, my ping gonna be really good. That's the idea. It's still ACCM Oreo West US. Give me the Gugus back. Oh, true. Do we have a new hold up or what? Like, do we have a new hold up? We do have a new hold up. MSI going for the 6k and tripling his 6k. Ooh, and Sean Dugro losing 8k now. He won Gajah Mada on Island, and then he was like, bro, it has to be Vasco. I believe Vasco this time, and he lost everything. And Gajah Mada creating a collapse into the Gugu's economy. And thank you so much, Callisto. Thank you so much, Callisto, for the prime. Thank you a lot for the support. So we are on Cup. And if this is Era, keep in mind that he loves Cup, actually. Cup is one of the map that Eras prefer. Game, I would say. And he won his last HiddenCup with Cup as well. So he is definitely comfortable on it. And thank you so much to Bedze. Bedze offering a sub to Dexter Milo. Thank you a lot, actually. Thank you a lot, guys, for the support. Like, the support has been really good over the HiddenCup, so thank you a lot, guys. That's really cool. On Cup with Kel Paladin. Yeah, actually, Era won the last HiddenCup playing Paladin on Cup with Kelt. So that was a pretty good move. Vasco in blue, so which could be Era versus Gajah Mada in red. According to the lobby theory, could be Yo or ACTM. According to the farm theory, the ACCM. According to Tinnitus chat, could be Tato. According to crazy people, it could be Mihai. Chat, I was not humble and lost all my gugus. Oh no. What is the biggest difference between Yo and ACCM? That's the thing, right? The biggest difference is small, kinda. I would say Yo. Okay, my problem is this one. To decide who is Yo, who is ACCM, and who is Winchester. My problem is this one. We have Selim the Grim that played some strategic game, but he wasn't cooking something crazy, okay, Selim the Grim. But at the same time, he resigned super late each game, Selim the Grim. So people were like, oh, Selim has to be ACCM, right? Because he resigned so fast. Then we had Sigismund. Sigismund didn't play his best. He played really poorly, I would say. I mean, he didn't play his best for sure. And he had really weird strategy. But it was like Mysterio playing. Like, it was really looking like it's Mysterio. But his level was not looking like Mysterio at all. Like, not at all. So, for many people, were like, okay, Mysterio looks like Mysterio, but played like not a favorite at all. Like, he played pretty bad. Pretty bad. So people were like, okay, who could be like a little Tato, but not as good as Tato? And people were like, oh, could be Winchester, right? It's possible. But Winchester burned the food multiple times already in his career. And then we have Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada destroyed the first round. He won convincingly the second one. And then the third one is down 2-3 versus Vasco, who could be Hera. So the question is, could Yo be Gajah Mada? And actually Gajah Mada losing his scout is a big deal because he won't be able to gather any info anymore. So that's my thing, right? I do not think it's impossible that Yo is Selim. Impossible. It's possible actually. I think it's impossible that Gajah Mada is Vinch. That's impossible. But then, do I put Vinch as Selim or as Sigismund? If Vinch is Selim, then Yo looks more like Sigismund to me than Mysterio. But in case Vinch is Sigismund, then in my opinion, it's really hard to know who is Yo and who is ACCM beyond Gajah Mada and Selim. ACCM is the guy cooking strats. Yo is the guy using what ACCM cook. I kinda agree. But, is it as simple as that? I'm not sure. No way it's Vinch there. I agree. Then, if no way Vinch is Gajah Mada, is Vinch Sigismund or is Vinch Selim? Or is Vinch like Giscard? Winchester is like a Giscard. And like Sigismund or Selim was like Ganji? Yo, ACCM or Tato? In my opinion, it's Yo or ACCM. Cannot be someone else. Okay, so Vasco harassing Gajah Mada's fish right away. I mean, he knows that he do have a scout and his opponent doesn't anymore. So he clearly can harass the opponent fishing ship easily, thanks to that. Gajah Mada going for a full wall. Gajah Mada using the mule to gather wood and gold, actually. I really like this mule cart mod, by the way. Look at how sexy this guy. He is almost fully walled. Vasco da Gama taking his time way more. And Vasco da Gama going for the fire plus scout approach. So he's going for 1 dog versus 2 actually. Versus dog. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. It's actually surprising to me. Maybe Vasco gonna use his scout to win the water. Actually, why not? I don't mind that actually. With Kimmer specifically, because then you don't need a barrack, so you save wood. You can go for a stable in a mining camp easier. And yeah. It can be easy to go for to afford both. And at the end of the day, the scouts can like help to win the water. Scouts can raid fish and can also raid the main economy. So I do really think that maybe this approach is actually pretty good. Maybe Gajah Mada could add some spear. You go on the field? Actually, on this map, if you are Gajah Mada, guys, if you are Armenians, you can go for a spear rush. You don't go for militia, but you go for spear, actually. I think that can be really good. That can be really smart, actually. You don't have demos? Yeah, but you have demos against scout. I mean, you're right. A demo for a scout is better for a scout, for the scout player. Pikeman rush? Yeah, actually on this map you could go pikeman. Like you go pikeman on Dark Age if you're Armenians. That could be really well, really good actually. Looks like Vasco da Gama is winning with his approach. One dog stable looks like it's better. Oh, this demo could be insane on the fish. Actually, we are going to staple the fish. Nice reaction by Vasco da Gama. Actually, splitting his fish nicely. It won't be a good demo for Gajah Mada, and this is huge for Vasco because he managed to save his fish. Maybe Gajah is about to add a new dock. No, we are trying to kinda body block for Vasco. But you have to know, guys, that when there is more than a unit in a group, it's hard to body block it. Body blocking could be a huge demo. Could be a huge... Nice split by Vasco. Once again, Vasco is just super aware of every of his unit and not losing a single one. Playing really well for now. Vasco is playing really clean. He's not losing a single unit that he shouldn't lose. And when he's losing a game, we could definitely argue that he's losing because of his strategy and not because of his execution. And that definitely looks like error to me. Blocking with the fish, what on earth? I mean, yeah, that's a good move, but you can only block one unit. You cannot block like 2 units in the same group. Okay, Gajah Mada still investing into the water, but the thing is, Vasco still have fish alive. So he should aim for a faster castle age easily. And he do have 13 farms, while Mr. Gajah Mada is only on 7, by the way. We are making a market. Maybe Gajah realizes that he might be late the next age. And he's adding market to be able to go up. Actually, look at how fast gonna be up the Khmer player. Khmer is actually insane for this. Like, that's actually insanely good. Khmer actually insanely good for this. Nice demo. By, oh, maybe... Oh, no. I mean, I want it so badly. Explode on the scout, please. Okay, looks like Vasco da Gama will finally lose the water. Yeah, looks like Vasco will lose the water, but Vasco is up so fast. Like, Gajah Mada is not even close from going up. He's still missing a building. He still need to bank so much food to go up. Like, okay, he do have a market, but like, he will need to sell his stone if he wants to be in time. And keep in mind, guys, that this game could be the final one of this set. Because if Vasco take this game home, it's gonna be 4-3 and that's the end of the best of 7. So yeah. Gajah Mada needs to be on point on this one because he's super late or he's still investing. I mean, he just don't expect his opponent to be up. Like, he just straight doesn't expect Vasco to be up already. He's sending a Vil to repair. Will it be enough? Yeah, looks like it's gonna be enough. Scout doing a huge job. Scout are doing a huge job. This Vil could be a dead Vil actually. Are we making a demo? We are making a demo. Vasco needs to be on point. Maybe he wants to kill this. Once again, nice micro. He's sacrificing the 1 HP scout. The 1 HP scout. So he's able to kill this Vil too. He's gonna lose the fish. No, he won't actually. Gajah Mada should be able to save the fish, but Gajah Mada still not up. We do have the second building that is down, that's built, but we are just clicking. We are like 2 minutes behind. That's gonna be a big problem for Vasco, for Gajah. Sorry, I think this second stable is kind of a mistake. I would prefer like 1 stable, 1 monastery, so you can like convert the enemy ship potentially. And his opponent is like fully walled. It's not like he's going for a push. Then if he's going for a push, then guys, it's gonna be like the second stable makes sense then, because he's going for a push. My bad. That's gonna be a push, and don't get me wrong, but this little palisade, like, won't stay up too long, because if it's like a Mangonel with 2 knights, it looks like he's about to go like Nightcap. He's still producing scout. Maybe he thinks that he still need gold. Maybe he wants to spend his gold into some fire, into some mango, into some upgrade before adding knights. But right now, GG Farm Theory. Actually, Paradox, man, can you explain me this? Because this palisade and these houses was not built, Paradox. Paradox, I need a scientist of the farming theory, please. Please. Where are the scientists when we need them? And the Mogodel is knocking on the door. And we are going for 2 stable as well for Mr. Gajah Mada, actually. Gajah Mada going for 2 stable could surprise Vasco da Gama. So look at Vasco. Vasco is not having a monastery yet. You have to adapt to the game. I mean, yes. There is a hole, you need to wall Gajah Mada, it's gonna be a disaster. Actually, you do have a fortified church to garrison. And the fortified church deal an honest amount of damage, but that's gonna be 2 dead vills already, and there is 2 Mangonel on the way. But we do not have any monastery for Vasco da Gama. They must be going up only now is actually a mistake by Vasco. Wait, because Gajah Mada might not be able to snipe the Mangonel. Okay, it's gonna be... they are dead. Mangonels are dead, and that's huge actually. That's huge for Gajah, because Gajah was in a terrible position because of his uptime. And because he's able to snipe these two Mangonel, suddenly Gajah is absolutely back into the game. Like, being 2 Mangonel down is huge. But just this little snipe was actually insanely good for Gajah. Now Gajah can just like have his own monks, have his own knights, and as long as Vasco doesn't have like 2 or 3 monks on the field, like Vasco can just not push. And that's Knight versus Light Cav, I mean. And Vasco is just not adding a TC. For now, Vasco do not have a TC. Adding monastery, Vasco is adding a monastery now. He's trying to build up a monk mass, and what, we have a pose. Posed by Vasco da Gama, actually. Vasco da Gama posing. Did we say something? Really? Really? Yes. Question mark? Yes. Looks like error. I mean, who said really and just not really, like RDY? Like, who write this really? Era scared? Scared of what? He's scared because he's going for a pose? Jordan! Oh, no, I cannot believe on this theory, guys. If Jordan is Vasco da Gama, I tell you that much, I stop my AoE career right away after this set. Like, impossible. 3D looks like Era, bro, you are cooked. Oh, actually, this little fast wall could be insane, and this fast wall is in time, We're trying to body block with the knight. How many conversions we gonna have? 2 conversion? 1 conversion? 1 conversion only? It was a bit unlucky by Vasco. Vasco releasing the Mangonel now. Like a mistake to me. Shooting his own knight. Ooh. Second TC though for Mr. Vasco da Gama. Second TC as well for Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada playing well. I mean, this was a mistake by Vasco to not add a monastery right away to cover his push. Era was checking the tech tree. I remember him doing that. I remember a clip of him doing that in like NAC. First NAC on D, I believe it was. I don't see how Era do not know the tech tree of Khmer, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. Oh, and the counter raid from Gajah Mada. They're actually doing so much work. 3 Deadville, 4th one potentially. Guys, Gajah, because in late game, I do think Armenian should be insanely good. You have this like 100 HP champions. You could take into Halberdiers like a year, like in Castle Age. You could go Halberdier in Castle Age. You could push with monks. You could go like for Arbalest Halberdier in late game. Who is Gajah, Margougou? Gajah is ACCM, I think. It still could be Mysterio. I still think Gajah could be Mysterio. I still believe it. So Gajah is still getting the water, getting the control over the water. Maybe he will go for a third or fourth TC there. While we have it's converted wheels, yeah, converted wheels, trying to go for a kill tonight. That's funny. But then it was a mistake because look at Gajah now. I think Gajah is so happy on this. Like Gajah gave 2 wheels for 2 monks. That's actually an insanely good trade. The trade is actually insanely good. And Gajah is once again just pushing back 3 monks for 1 night. Like Gajah has to be like really happy about this trade. Gajah is back for some raid, looks like it. That's well paid. And Vasco needs to add a second stable now. 37 farms to 20 though. Gajah still a bit behind on this side. Like Gajah doesn't have the second wood upgrade, which is gonna hurt him a lot on the long run. We can see the resources collected like being a bit higher for Vasco. The demo not achieving too much, only 1 night. No wheelbarrow for neither of the player. Gajah sending a lot of army on the top. And I like how there is a dog there. Ready to pump out some demos potentially. It's Leloy versus John the Fearless Game 5 remake. Actually, yeah, looks like it. I mean, it was like Celts versus Britons or Japanese, if I remember well. The Leloy, John the Fearless game. We are expanding the economy for both of them. 30C for Gajah. 30C was maybe a bit late, but his economy is actually kinda the same. Demo for Vasco, for Gajah on Light Cav actually. That was a cool one. Ganji Mada. Vasco the Gamer. Ganji Mada. Ganji Mada out. I saw someone saying that. Oh! Boom! No! All the grandpa! And they won't even be fertilizer because maybe they can be fertilizer for a rice farm actually, guys. Maybe they can become a fertilizer for a rice farm actually. Fertilizer for a fish trap? Could be. Actually, look at Vasco. Vasco has been booming once again on the farm number like a madman, and now it's just flooding the field with like 3 stable, a lot of knights, a lot of food in the bank, not too much gold though, and Gajah is still far from him. So Gajah is still going. I think Gajah adding stable is a mistake. I think Gajah needs to realize, like, do I want to go for knights in it with Armenians? Like, if the answer is no, it should just go into pikeman. I think Gajah just making nice is like playing the game of the Khmer. Like playing the game of the Khmer. Like the Khmer will be so happy to be in a night war, while the Gajah Mada clearly want to have some pike on the field to be able to research halberdiers, even maybe in Castle Age if Vasco is going for an all-in knight. It looks like Vasco wants to engage. Vasco do have +1/+1 versus +2/+1. So Gajah Mada's knight should be a bit better technology-wise as long as there is no +2 for Vasco. Monks are pushing back the Gajah's army. Do we want to engage if we are Vasco? We saw the box formation though for Vasco for a second. And both are engaging this fight. Who does have the advantage? Who has the advantage actually? 23 versus 17. Looks like that's a fight for Vasco. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a fight for Vasco actually. +2 on knight as well, which means he will be able to raid to death his opponent after this fight. He's just spamming knight at this point, spanning everything, and he's trying to expand on the top as well. He will spot this extra TC, so this TC is in danger because Vasco will be able to raid on this side too, and Vasco is in a good position to get this game home. I think Gajah going into knight is such a mistake. Like, Armenians is so good to go for Pike in Castle Age. So good to go for Halberdiers even if your opponent is just going all in, right? I think going for Knights as Armenians just don't scale that well in the game. Like you need to go when you are aiming for a longer Castle Age. You need to keep in mind that at one point the game should like transition little by little to Imp, and you need to have your best unit, the unit that scale the best for you on the long game. And Gajah is just going for Armenian's Knights that won't scale really well the later game, and he really needs like a spear transition. But now looks like he's just committed. He's just committed, and Vasco is coming for the second fight. Still no +2 for Vasco. Still no +2 defense for Gajah as well, though. On the knight number, it's 37 army versus 21. We have Vasco going for the extra TC. Did Vasco realize that? Didn't? Oh, he didn't. So it's so unlucky. One tile away, and this could be like a disaster. Like Vasco can just like send all his knight there, kill this TC, and that's it. Gajah Mada will be able to defend this or letting it die, and little by little, like he will just struggle, and looks like he's struggling so much. Some light cap being added by Vasco as well. Like what an addition by Vasco. He knows that's gonna be Night Monk, so he's adding some light cap on the field to be able to snipe the monk constantly. Okay, this demo sacrificing for the Empire, I guess, was good enough. Vasco going for this castle could be one shot. This castle could be one shot. Okay, no. If the fire is just like shoot instantly on the castle, he one shot it always because damage of the fire is like constant. So you can one shot a castle like right away. Yeah, Vasco now is just going Imp, and Gajah. I mean, if Gajah does have one sieve to hold versus an Imp cavalry sieve, that's maybe Armenians. That's maybe Armenians. Maybe is Gajah realized that he can go for Albs. Maybe that's his way of coming back in this game. If there is one way to come back, that's this one. I don't think that will happen. But if there is one way to come back, actually he's raiding. He's going for the raid. Gajah Mada, nice raid. If there is one way to come back, that has to be the Halberdier Siege. Like right now, he needs to ask like 5 barrack and just go for it. Or call the GG, but if he's going to Imp, he will just die on the spot on the way of Imperial Age. Cavalier being teched, Iron casting, War Galley being teched as well. The castle is up already, so ready to pump out some trebuchets to kill everything that Gajah has. And that looks like that's gonna be Gajah gonna reach the final after this set. That was, we were scared at the beginning about like a one-sided set, and at the end of the day Gajah managed to show some really nice and insane skill as well. So Gajah gave his best, just felt Vasco was too good on this one. At the end of the day, Vasco was a bit too good. Okay, Vasco raiding now. But Gajah managed to find his way Imperial Age, but the question is, can we survive on our way to... And also, what are we doing in Imp? Are we staying on Cavaliers? Armenians Cavaliers are not known to be the best in this game, and I think we just don't have the time to transition into infantry. And GG well play. Good luck next. Told by Gajah Mada. Gajah Mada will play the third place tomorrow versus the loser of Khosrow versus Alexios. Looks like Vasco is a really big contender for the final. Nice set.